The book is about the kid having a bad day, and Rob had the great idea, well, what if he thinks, oh, well, my family doesn't really get it. I'm going to wish them a bad day. They have a terrible day, and then he feels guilty and tries to turn their day around and appreciate them. And that's the part that really spoke to me, you know, the idea of learning to appreciate your family again. It's part of the natural ebb and flow of life, you know, like you can't really appreciate the people you live with all the time. You're going to take them for granted sometimes. You're going to think that they don't get you sometimes. But then when a crisis happens, it's so awesome when you start to realize, oh my God, I'm so lucky, I have forgotten. And I love the idea of capturing that and having it be about that.
I knew the story that he's obsessed with Australia, and he, you know, he's having a bad day, and everything goes wrong, and then in the end he just says, I think I want to move to Australia. So I knew of it, but it wasn't iconic.
One of the mandates for me was to find a kid that was more authentic than most Hollywood kids, and also finding a kid who could be generous of heart, who could be happy for other people, and that was tough for 12-year-olds. You know, I would ask everybody, what's your favorite kind of food? And you'd be surprised how many of the Hollywood kids that came in would be like, I like sushi. And nothing wrong with sushi, but like I was like,
it's a little too Hollywood.
It's a little too Hollywood. Yeah. And
pizza would be a good answer.
That was more what I was hoping for. And Ed just has an incredible sweet and real sensibility. He's like a true underdog, you know. He's the kid that you root for. Because he's different a little bit. And Disney was on board. They were like, yeah, we want someone who feels a little off-center and a little different than most kids we see.
Well, the audition process started off with just a self-tape, which was just like a camera like this, and we just filmed it in our living room. And then, you know, we just send it off. And with that, it's not very nervous because I'm just at my house and I've got my parents. But then when they flew us over, that was a whole different story. You know, I feel like I had a big kind of thing riding on me because, I mean, it was a big step. I mean, I'd never been to Los Angeles before. I'd never gotten this far into an audition process, so it was kind of crazy to, you know, get out there and meet Miguel, go to Disney Studios. It was kind of blowing my mind. And I was very, very nervous during that audition. But then after I did, I kind of went, okay, cool. I think I've got this. But
as I said, my mandate was like, let's get a family that feels truly lovely. And Steve Carrell certainly is lovely. I mean, he's the guy that when you're riding a van with him, he holds everyone's hand till the last person has come out. He's a gentleman. He's so lovely. Jen Garner also, you know, like is an incredibly lovely person, an authentic person, and something you don't see in movie stars very often. So I was like, you know, I thought just the idea came, and I was like, I think those two would be sort of a loveliness bomb together. Yeah. She's also funny, by the way, and she doesn't get to do that often. But 13 going on 30, I just thought, you know, here's a beautiful woman that is really willing to make a fool of herself, and is really a lot funnier than we often see. And so, I don't know, there was something good. Then I find out, you know, they went to the same college together, 10 years apart, and they had the same drama teacher, and they had always wanted to work with each other because they had this connection. And so it worked out nicely.
I can't tell you how many times I've watched Anchorman because I actually, frankly, don't even know. And to work with him and to just meet him even was amazing. And I learnt so much, and just being around him was so happy. I never felt sad around him. And it was obviously great to work with Jen as well. And, of course, Karis and Dylan. It was just a great ensemble. Everyone had their part, and the babies. And we just felt like we really bonded instantly. It was me, Karis, and Dylan, we first met, and we just talked and talked and talked, and we just thought, we're so similar, we're like real families. And then we met Steve and Jen, and we went, we're still so similar, we're families. So it was great that we could have that connection, that bond.